Mm.
Sarah from Hey Frase.
Uh-huh.
Sarah
Okay.
from Hey Frase.
Woo! It's a podcast, not a cast pod. Hey, Frase, every day she'll make you say, oh my God. She got the scoop on pop culture news, so grab a drink. It ain't what you think. It's Sarah and the crew.
I'm just channeling our shaman in here. Remember when she said, she was like, find an intention, ground yourself. And
I
then
do
she was like
remember that.
waving all the sage around. Of course, Leslie thought she had a dead dove that she was like sacrificing. So we had so much controversy on this show. Happy 4th of July, by the way.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th. Oh my God, I love this country. I know. I'm like the last one. Everyone's in turmoil. Everyone hates their neighbor. I love America. I'm not going to lie. You might not know this about me, but I'm super fucking patriotic. My favorite thing at football games is when they like release the eagle and it like soars over. I'm just like, fuck yeah, America. Like I am
Yeah.
America.
America.
I don't know why. I love this country. It's the greatest country. I really do. And 4th of July just reminds me of my grandfather who served in World War II. And I don't know, I get very patriotic. We are truly the greatest country in the world. I know. And I know every time I say this, I get emails. Sarah, we're the only country in the world where everyone still has to donate to each other for their health care. We're the only country in the world. Okay, I know. Look, it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. I hate Trump too. I'm with you. Okay. But in general, I love America. There's just no better country. And there's no country you can go from like Maine to the Mississippi Delta to out west. The country looks different like every state. Isn't that amazing? Okay. I'm the only one. Whatever. Happy 4th. You know what? Happy 4th. Anyway. We had so much controversy like a week or so ago. We had a shaman like live in studio. I thought she was amazing. She was burning sage and she had this like big feather, this like eagle feather, and she was wafting it up and down and doing a seance and grounding herself with crystals. I was like, oh, this is so wonderful. I'm so relaxed. And she's like, set an intention. Meanwhile, it was chaos behind the scenes. First of all, Paul had a meltdown. He was like, I'm tired of this not being my show. Fuck you. You've like divided us with these logos. I was like, wait a minute. I thought we were over this. I'm looking at him like, what's going on? Bringing up all these emotions. Then, on top of that, Leslie's back there. She thought that this woman was sacrificing and burning a live dove. So she's back there saying, in the name of Jesus, I denounce you. And then Leslie's like, that woman was a witch. I was like, what? What happened? How did we go this like shaman witch lady came in? Shannon, who's also here sometimes and helps out as a digital content creator. She was like, I want that sage out of here. This is going to like burn into the walls. We're never going to be able to get this out. Oscar's going to hate you for life. I'm like, what the hell? This witch lady came in here. I thought she was saving everyone. Meanwhile, this place was like, it was in chaos.
I don't even know what to say. We literally thought the whole studio was going to burn
Leslie, wait a
to
second.
hell.
Can you get Leslie on the microphone? I'm so fascinated by this because honestly, you had a serious reaction. You and Paul and Shannon really did. Like
Yes.
AJ and I were the only ones. I was like, oh, I'm so moved by your saging. But no, you're
No,
like
no,
you're
no.
very religious, and you felt like
I was
she-
rebuking all those demons in the name of Jesus, and because I couldn't say it out loud, I have to write it down because they can read. So I was like rebuking them.
No, for real. I love
For
this
real,
about
I
you.
have.
But you
I was.
said after the show, tell me what you said after the show. Because I think people watching and listening to this podcast, I bet a lot of people agree with you. I never thought of this shaman as doing any sort of witch work. And I don't know, I guess maybe like I like witches. Like I always think like back in the day, like when there was like the Salem witch hunt, like I'd be like, oh, hey, girlfriends. Like I never really, I don't know, believe much of it, I guess.
Right.
But you felt very strongly.
I mean, to be honest, why do you have to burn stuff to actually bring peace or energy, a good energy to like a place? You know, I don't believe in
But-
burning stuff.
What's the significance of burning though for your religion? Like that
mean-
basically says that this woman is like calling some negative spirits, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, her vibe or the way she was, I don't know. I really didn't like it, and I was feeling like my spiritual, like in the spiritual world, I was feeling that my how do you say that when you're battling in the spiritual
You
world.
felt like you were battling good
exactly.
and evil.
Basically, yeah. So I was feeling lightheaded, and my head started hurting and all that stuff, because where there's light, there can't be darkness, and that's how I see it. So I was like, no way,
Oh my
No
God. How
way.
did we not know this? Like going into this show, right? I planned this show. I'm like, oh, you're going to come bless the studio and get out all bad
Bless.
energy. By the way, she came in here. She's like, look, I can't even do anything with this energy. Like there's so many things pointing at each other. They're all like, all the streams are crossing. I was like, shit, what the hell? It was crazy.
But to be honest,
Yeah,
I wasn't
honest.
I wasn't the only one who was feeling like that. I mean, everything that happened between Paul, you, and then everything that happened in the studio, that shows you that when it's supposed to be of good, it shouldn't actually change the atmosphere. It should make it
Great.
better.
I'm supposed to go see this woman. Like that. So now I
Well,
don't even know what I'm going to do.
May God
because-
bless you. I'm gonna pray for you when we finish the show. So you, Emma,
My God, you better. We got to have your pastor on here. I'm telling you. Now I'm like, oh my God, is there chaos in the studio? Anyway. So I thought that was fascinating. I bet people will leave their opinion. You know, we're always on Facebook every Monday, every Wednesday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can always comment on the show. Are you into shamans? Are you into energy healers? Or do you feel like basically they're witch doctors? And like, I didn't even think to ask you. I should know because you guys are very religious on this show.
yeah, we
Anyway,
are.
we're going to try to get Paul on the phone. Paul Wharton, of course, co-hosts with us on Wednesday, but he is up in the Hamptons enjoying his summer. I'm dying to find out, by the way, Paul's thoughts on the shaman healer, post that show, because that show was kind of like weird energy. So we're going to try and get him on the phone, too, because I want to play a Macy Gray clip. Macy Gray was on the show. She did an interview with us, and then Paul did probably some of the most epic, like making fun of her of all time. So I want to see if he can join us at some point. We also have an artist, a local DC artist, but she is blowing up. Her song is getting played nationwide on Sirius XM on WPGC locally. Her name is Charisse Jones, and she's got a great LMA remix of the song Boot Up, which I love that song. And she's going to talk about the music scene, and also she's not only that, but she is a motivational speaker for women, talking about what women can do to kind of center yourself and go after your goals and dreams. And what she's doing in the music industry is really, really cool. So she's going to be on the show as well. And then I've got a dear friend who wanted me to ask this question. And I think we might have gotten to this like a while ago, but we never really thoroughly told the story. So I'm dying to know, because AJ and Leslie are here co-hosting with me today. I'm dying to know your thoughts on my friend just left her job and then started a new business and essentially did not give her former employer a heads up. And they wrote her some fascinating emails.
Good or bad?
Not good. Yeah,
Not
bad.
good response.
Bad, yeah.
Oh.
And I want to know what you guys think, like what you owe an employer. You know?
You ain't
I'll
owe them
give-
shit.
Exactly.
Okay, you two owe me everything.
Sarah's like, don't you ever leave this and not tell me.
Don't you ever leave for another podcast. I get you all your podcast jobs.
You're real. That is so true.
You twats better never leave. Anyway.
You're talking in plural, and that's only you have done that for AJ.
Excuse me. I introduced you to everyone here at Podcast Village, and they love you, and now you do full-time video work here. Thank you.
Okay, I retract myself.
DCC, yes, thank you. Retract yourself.
Retract.
Look, we got to thank some of our sponsors on this 4th of July, okay? I want to thank Green Chef. Green Chef is the first USDA certified organic meal kit delivery service that includes everything you need to cook delicious gourmet meals that you can feel good about. I should know because Dan and I cook them. They have many options, including vegan, which we have subscribed to. Meal plans include, like I mentioned, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, omnivore, carnivore, and it's keto.
Keto.
God damn it. Keto. Sorry. What these guys are like, don't curse throughout the endorsement. Sorry, I never get it right. Keto, whatever. It's like kettlebells. I'm not starting from the top. They're like, start from the top. Ingredients come pre-measured, perfectly portioned, and mostly prepped. Green Chef expert chefs design recipes with gourmet flavor you typically find only in restaurants. Green Chef thinks dinner should be planned around your life, not the other way around. And also Green Chef, as I mentioned, they're a meal kit delivery service. They're super, super easy. And not only that, they're healthier, wholesome, high quality, and sustainably sourced. So we love that. All you have to do to get $50 off your first box, which is an incredible deal, is go to greenchef.us. Okay, greenchef.us/heyfresh. Hey, Fresh! Hey.
Hi, Frase.
So it's not .com, it's greenchef.us/HeyFresh, $50 off. Boom. Also, we have to thank Mervis Diamond. Everybody wants an update, by the way, if Danny Starr adopted Gavin. By the way, because thanks to me, AJ, you also are produced for Danny Starr's podcast.
Yes.
What's the deal? Is she really adopting Gavin the dog?
She was obsessed. Well, she also had an emotional breakdown. If you guys haven't...
Yeah, it was a tough show. It's
really
this
was.
damn studio in that witch doctor. I mean, get your pastor in here. Well, get him here to say some prayers.
So I don't know what good, evil, bad, good spirit went into Danny's body. I mean, she totally broke down, but it's because she was filled with love with this dog. So literally, she's adopting the dog.
Yes, and like, okay, I'm sorry, but I mean, I believe in spirituality. I love
Right.
religion. I like the shamanic healing. I like all that stuff because personally, I think they're all working towards light and getting everyone simpatico and everybody like feeling like, you know, just feeling like you're high all the time. Like, I love that. Okay. So I thought, Danny, it's been a tough week for her. You know, that's why she was emotional, I think.
Yeah.
Like, you're let go from your job, you're a mom, your baby's sick. Like, it's a lot. So I think she was ecstatic. She was truth telling. And then when she saw Gavin, she was just really emotionally turned on in the sense of emotional.
Right. She's not into bestiality.
Correct.
Right.
I
So-
hope not. Gavin's a little guy. That would not be good for Gav. Like, that would be really terrible.
horrible. Oh my
Yes. Thanks for that image.
But she was in a good way. She was totally happy with it, and I was worried that because you have to get screened when you're going to adopt a dog, and the people were like,
Sure.
"Are you emotionally stable, Danny?" But it was
Check.
because she loved the dog so
Check.
much.
Who isn't? I mean,
She's
come
so
on,
real.
please.
I know. I love it.
I mean, what do you guys think? Would you leave me with your pet or baby?
No. Easy answer. No.
Exactly. Nah.
I'm kidding.
No.
You would give the baby so much love, but
Thank you.
I don't know who would be watching.
Yeah,
the
try to say,
kid,
okay,
but-
I love you too. Like, first of all, you biatches are like, we wouldn't tell you if we left for another job, and you're horrible with dogs and kids. Thanks. Anything else for this show?
I will leave you with a microphone so you can talk to the baby like you talk to us every time you're talking to us. You talk to the microphone as if you were doing.
I do. I love a microphone. I
like
do
you.
better when I have a microphone in my hand everywhere I go.
That's true. You're a real broadcaster. You're a broadcaster.
Thank you. Professional. Thank you.
Professional.
Thank you. Anyway, Mervis Diamond, the whole point of that is mervisdiamond.com is the premier spot in Washington, D.C. to get your engagement rings. Not only that, but they have great jewelry, whether it's diamond studs because you want to, you know, treat yourself. You can do that too. MervisDiamond.com. They have 3 locations, Rockville, Tyson's, and also K Street downtown. And they just put on diamonds in the roof, which was how Danny potentially got Gavin. Do you like that? Diamonds in the
It's my favorite.
I know. I really like it too. But anyway, use them. We love them. Be sure when you go in to say that you heard about Mervis Diamond from the Hey Frase podcast. But even if you're looking just for your bands, maybe you've got your engagement ring, they're the place to go. MervisDiamond.com. And lastly, the top that I'm wearing today is all sponsored by Misty Blue BF Boutique. They're in Washington, D.C. and female owned by a lovely woman named Tona Michelle. You need to go onto her website. It's mistyblue.com, mistybleu.com. Her clothing is terrific, and she's got a summer sale going on. Plus, when you use code HeyFrase, you get 15% off your entire order. She has sizes from 4 to 24, shoes, accessories, everything. And this top, she has currently in stock in small, medium, and large. So I love Misty Blue. I love partnering with her. Be sure to check out my outfits every week, my OOTDs on my Instagram at HeyFrase. Okay. Taking care of all of our sponsors for the day. So a couple of stories I wanted to get to, and then we're going to get Sharice Jones on, who I'm really excited about because she has had quite the career. And I really think this woman is just, sky is the limit for her music career. So I'm super excited that we kind of get to know her before she is even really famous. Actually, and before I get to the stories, I want to ask you guys about this. So I have a friend. I have a dear friend, okay? She has been working in this industry, I'll say in the beauty industry, all right? She was working for this beauty company, and they've been training her on various beauty things for the past couple of years, sent her to beauty school, all that stuff, okay? So she goes and works with them and goes to beauty school and pays them back like what she owes them, like her time frame. Then she decides she's going to leave, okay? And she just says that she wants some downtime. She's starting a family. She wants to go and, be done in the beauty industry. So she leaves. Fast forward 3 months later, she decides she's going to start her own freelance business. So she puts it out on her Instagram that she has this beauty freelance business. Her old employer emails her and says, hey, we're kind of shocked that you would do this to us. Like, we trained you. You had said that you were leaving to start a family, and now you're freelancing. Like, we just feel like that, was kind of deceitful. So do you think you need to tell your employer when you leave a job, like if you're going to start a business in their industry?
Here's the thing. She did have a son, right? She did have a child. So it's not a lie. She really was starting a family.
Yeah, she became a mom.
And I think probably she's pulling her hair out and she wants a little time outside the house. And she's like, well, shit, let me just start up my freelance business.
I think that one's a tough one, though. At first, I said to her, I don't think you owe them anything. But then
Exactly.
I'm like, I kind of think you do.
But she gave him-
because you don't want to burn that bridge.
Right. And if she is really good friends with them and this is offending them, then I think that that's crossing the line. But she fulfilled the time frame for whatever they
Her
required.
work commitment, yeah.
Exactly. So she's free to go.
I think in hindsight, you should give them a heads up, like a courtesy heads up. Would probably not be bad. And
Right.
just saying like, hey, look, loved my time with you. That's it. Like, I had the baby. Now I'm feeling a little restless and I'm going to start this freelance business. If I ever decide to come back full time, like, I'd love to still be on your radar. I think in hindsight, I did not give her that advice, but I think that's the best advice.
I think so too. Well, what did you tell her? That is what you
Well,
told her?
at first I sort of said, nah, I don't think you owe them anything.
Right.
Like, I think it's fine. Like, you're doing your own business. I don't think that you're going to be taking anything away. But then in thinking about it, I was like, ugh, you did invest quite a few years there. They did put a lot of money into you.
And they're probably thinking, well, shit,
Well,
we have
they're-
competition now.
Yeah, that. And I think they're thinking like that she was deceitful. Even though she wasn't, I think that's the way it ends up looking. Like, well, was that really your plan?
I hate offending people, so I would try to make
Good,
amends
that's
with
good.
them.
Anything you want to tell me?
I am not confrontational. I will go through and never tell a damn soul about anything. So I feel like if I were her, I would never want to burn that bridge.
Now I look forward to the confrontation.
Oh shit, no, don't. I'll literally shit my pants.
We have a problem?
No, we don't. We have no problems.
I think I'm very comfortable.
Wait. You got to
Les-
get on the mic or
yeah.
come in here. Come in here and get
Anyway.
on the microphone because no one can hear you. Like, we got to get a second mic in there for you guys because you both, AJ and Leslie, by the way, as you know, produce and run the show. So they're always in the producer studio and then I'm in the main studio, but it's hard to hear them because we only have like one microphone back there. Are you on, Leslie? Are you on the real mic now?
Yes.
What were you going to say?
I am confrontational. So if I have to say something, I'll
You
say it to
are?
I'll say it to your face. That's why we had problems, my ex and I, because I was very confrontational and he wasn't. He was the type of person that will like hide away. So yeah.
You really are. I love how you both, and AJ, you stand up for yourself too. But Leslie really does. Leslie's like, no, I'm sorry. I can't do this. No, I refuse to do that. You're like, all right, girl, well, you say how you feel.
Yeah, that's how it is.
You are. You're like really good about that. By the way, what do you think for my friend
I think
in the
that
her with her business? I don't know if it's
mean-
a mistake, but
I'm all about entrepreneurship.
Mhm.
So that's good for her. However, I would actually give them, if she was leaving for the maternity leave and then she's not coming back, she would have to tell them, like totally tell them, and
Yeah.
then say, "Hey, I'm not planning on coming back, and in fact, I want to do my own thing." That's what I think that she should have done. But at the same time, she don't owe them anything. Like, I don't think she owe them anything.
I mean, she doesn't. But I always think it's like a good professional heads up. I don't know, actually. You know what? Weigh in on our Facebook, seriously, because that one is really tough for me. I don't know. Maybe the ex-employer is overstepping their boundaries. Like, maybe they shouldn't be giving her shit. Maybe, like, once you leave and you gave them the time back, like, maybe that's it. So, I don't know. You can always weigh in. Or if you have an opinion, you can email me, sarah@heyfrase.com. It's SARAH @heyfrase.com. You can always weigh in and we'll answer it on Pineapple Mail. I think we were trying to get Paul Wharton on the phone. I don't know that that's going to be possible.
Oh yeah, we can try.
Try and get Paul on the
Yeah.
phone because I want to play this Macy Gray clip. Macy Gray, of course, the singer, was on our podcast, I'm going to say like a month and a half ago, and gave like the worst interview of all time. And she basically was like, she didn't want to talk about, she wrote a song about her vibrator. She didn't want to talk about that when Paul asked her. She was like, I don't know. And then, like, right? Is that what she basically said? Then she wore Make Kanye Great. Paul?
Yeah.
Oh my God, honey, we can hear you so well. How are you?
Hi, babe. I'm in the Hamptons, sweetie. How are you?
Oh my God, we're so jealous.
As we speak.
Paul,
Yes,
okay,
tell
wait.
me.
We've been talking about the shaman healer that came in here, okay, last week.
Yes.
Leslie believes that she was a witch, that she was bringing in dark energy, and that the whole situation was very bizarre. Leslie felt tired. She had to leave the room. Shannon was flipping out because she was burning sage. You and I had a moment. Do you think that woman was bringing in bad energy, or do you think it was good?
By no means. I thought she had great intention. When we went outside, she talked about how she fosters this wonderful African American girl. She asked me for some hair care tips. My mom and I gave her a big hug. She sent us on our way. Kisses, hugs, love. Maybe she just didn't like you. She loved me.
Okay, now we know. We know. Now, all right, that settles it. Oh my God, we love you. So, Paul, but seriously, how are you feeling like post Emmy? Because you know we love and we adore you. We always want you to be good. You'd put so much into that. Like, how are you handling it all?
Are we still on that? Are you kidding me? Have you seen where I am and what I'm doing right now?
Well, no, you look like $1 million on your Instagram. I just didn't know if you had any like second thoughts or if you'd moved right on.
Oh, honey, please, child, darling, girlfriend. I have moved on, and I'm looking forward to creating other shows by the end of this year that I can submit for next year.
Okay.
And I am just really enjoying my life. And let me just tell you something. In true Paul Wharton fashion, I've met a little man who I thought was going to be my next lover. He's the gardener. And of course, you know, last night I invite him out for dinner with everybody else, and he shows up and he's just so damn hot. And all the women are like drooling over him, and he's massaging my shoulders. And I'm thinking, oh God, this is going to be one of my greatest love affairs ever.
Yes.
Which would be my second one for this trip. And I'll tell you about the other one when I get back.
Ooh.
Anyway, so tonight, of course, he just texted me just now. And, you know, I said, are you coming to the beach? He says, oh, I'm working till 5. How about we just hang out at my house tonight? So I thought, oh my God, tonight's the night. I got to get somebody to give me a bikini wax. It is on. I have to get ready.
It is on.
Wait, is
Then 2 minutes later, he texts, my girl cooks delicious and healthy food. You will love it.
Oh.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh no.
And she's going to cook the food and drop it off? What the fuck is going on?
so he's straight?
Is he
Yes,
straight?
But not only does he have a girl, he's saying, I need to eat healthy food. So what are you saying? I'm fat and you have a girlfriend? You know what? This
Welcome
trip-
to my world. Welcome to my world. Mm-hmm. I know. Wow. That sucks. I thought you would totally end up with this guy.
No, I was just doing it for a night to have fun, you know, just a little fun here and there. But I'm just having such a wonderful time. This is just what the doctor ordered. I mean, you know, my friend who's I'm staying with, he goes to work every day. So I'm just basically here. Luckily I have other friends in the Hamptons, so I kind of pop around. But we have a beautiful private beach.
Oh, I know. I've seen the house on your Insta story. It's insane.
It's insane.
Like only you. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, well, look, we wanted to play for you. So Macy Gray, by the our famous friend, she now has come out with a freestyle to promote her next album on Instagram, which you and I were tagged in by people who were asking for you to weigh in on your opinion because you give such a great impression of her. And for someone who claims, she says she's so open, but then when we asked her questions about her vibrator song and everything and Kanye West, she's like, I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, we want your
pour my tequila as you speak. Okay, I got to get ready for this.
pour your tequila because we want a Paul Reacts. We want you to play. Like, after you hear this, we want to hear your impression of Macy Gray's latest freestyle, which is about basically President Trump being an orange man. And he essentially, she says, how can he...
trying to get me jumped by Macy Gray? What is going on?
Ladies, do you have the link? Do you have the link? AJ's in here.
We're just bringing it up.
Okay.
AJ.
Hey, Boo.
Are you trying to get me jumped by Macy Gray?
Boo, you could handle her. What are you saying?
It seems a little suspect that I have to do all the impressions offending people.
Oh, I'll do one of her. Wait till you hear it. She's like,
Oh, it's so good, Paul. You're gonna die.
Trump is orange. Why are you hating if you're orange? See, I mean, I'll do it, Paul, but it's just not as good as you. You are the best. This is the most batshit crazy thing. She must have smoked so much weed. How is she a singer? Like, people still pay to go see her. Like, when you hear this shit, I could have come up with something better. Are we ready? Can we play it?
Let's roll it.
Let's roll. Roll the clip.
All right, y'all, it's time for another freestyle. This one is inspired by LL Cool J's Rock the Bell, except for mine is called What the Hell? And it's a little bit political in regards to everything that's going on today. It's a little bit racial. I don't want to offend nobody, but I got to express myself. Okay, it goes. I knew there was black people, brown people, white people, yellow people, red people. I even heard there was green people on Mars. But I didn't know there was orange people. What the hell? Our president is orange. What the hell? And the motherfucker got the nerve to be a racist. Motherfucker, you orange. What the hell? My brand new album is coming out in September, and it's so great. Macy, that don't have nothing to do with race. What the hell? I know, but what the hell?
What the
All right,
hell?
y'all, it's time for another
What the
freestyle.
hell is right? Oh my
This
God,
one-
Paul Wharton, we need you to take her on. I mean, seriously, that was so fucking bad. How do you call yourself a singer?
Okay, first of all, there was no audio on my side, so I'm gonna really have to make this shit up. I mean, I know she calls him orange something, but I didn't hear the audio on my.
She basically goes, "What the hell? Our president is orange and he doesn't like black people. What the hell?"
That's actually exactly what it sounds like. Paul, we could hear your tequila pouring, though. So I don't know how you couldn't hear us, but we could hear
I
you.
didn't hear. All I heard y'all being like was, "Oh my god." Ooh, ooh.
Really? Oh
Well, let's
shit!
see.
Damn it.
Did you see the clip though? Did I email you the clip? Did you get it?
I did see a little bit earlier. I was busy, but he had an orange. You know what happens when you mix an orange and a white? It's like a orange sickle. And I thought I'd write a song about the orange sickle in the Oval Office. And I want to put it out in honor of my friend Kanye on his September at the end of the summer.
Sorry, that's
And so I just want to say it's really crazy that we got an orange president that don't like black people. And most of this is the tequila talk.
What
'Cause
number?
I want my third tequila and it's only $2.55.
Macy, that is so good. Macy, that is unbelievable. I didn't know you were such a great freestyler, Mace.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a new single. It's gonna be done about tonight when the gardener's wife gonna make me a nice meal because I need to take off a couple of pounds.
Now, what do you use? Do you use a vibrator when you're usually having sex or no, Mace?
Oh, I don't know. I wrote a song about it once. I was on Ambien. I don't know what happened. I don't like to talk about it. When I'm asked about it, I just shut down.
How many tickets are you selling these days to your show?
Oh, I sell most of the tickets to my show. What I do, Sarah, is I sell about a half a house, and then I add another show. It makes me seem bigger than I am. And then I get on radio interviews, and I tell them I don't have time because, then that makes me feel real special. You got the fancy radio host running around early to get to the studio to promote the show, and then I tell them I don't have time. That's what I do. And then I drop a CD in September.
You are fucking amazing. Okay, at our next live show, August 3rd, you better pull that shit out. You could be on the road with an impression of her. You are so good. And you have got to do this freestyle that she does because it's completely it's all about how Donald Trump is orange and how can you be racist when you're orange. You have got to do that.
Oh my god, I'm totally gonna do that.
Oh
I'm
my-
gonna drink this fucking drink and do that.
You are amazing, Paul. Oh my God. What does 4th of July mean to you before we let you go? We love you so much. We miss you. How are you celebrating the 4th?
I miss you too. It's funny. The 4th is really about independence. You talked a little bit about the Emmys piece. You can't be based on. I would be a pretty soulless person if all I thought, if all I had to do was win, if all I did was win, 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 and that's how
Right.
I based my self worth. But you know what? The 4th of July means I am an American. I am free. I am free to create. I am free to be me. I'm free to make money. I am free to go wherever the fuck I want to go,
I
baby.
love it.
So, honey,
Woo! That's
that time
America.
is not the last time. Next year I'll do it again. And you know what? I'm going to continue to live my life. And I just hope everybody just can. I wish everybody had an old greasy rib with some barbecue sauce. Just,
Yes,
something.
child.
That means America. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. It means America to me, too. Absolutely. Big hot dog in your mouth. I love
Big
it.
old hot dog in your mouth, girl, and a big old cold beer in your hand. Just something.
Oh, God. Just don't
I'm
let.
just wishing us all. I'm wishing all of our listeners well because I miss them. I love them.
You are awesome. White people, black people, orange people. It's like Donald Trump is a person. Okay, I don't know. That was going way off. Like that was actually really. That was actually turning to something that. Okay. All right, Paul. We love you. We can't wait to see you next week. Have the best trip. Thanks for calling in. You were amazing. That Macy
love
was
you too.
everything.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Paul. Love you.
Is he not
Bye,
the
AJ.
best?
Bye, Leslie.
Oh my God, the best, the best. Look, I want to do 2 stories, and then we've got to have Sharice Jones on. Nicole Kidman says her secret to a happy marriage with Keith Urban, they never text. How much do you and Iggy text over phone call, AJ? This is amazing. She says they never text. They either have skin-to-skin contact or they speak on the phone. They have a no texting rule.
How old are they? Isn't she like
They're like in their
ancient?
50s. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
they're like,
that's not old.
They're like in
I
their
was gonna be
50s.
like, they don't even know how to text. But how much do we text? Well, he hates my Android because I have an Android. I don't have an iPhone, and he calls me a peasant. So the texting like
Wow.
never works out. So not that often.
What a little
we
peasant.
prefer to call.
You do?
Yeah.
My relationship is all text now. It's completely like 3 letters. WYD question
what you
mark.
doing?
What are you doing?
What that dick do though? WTF? WYD?
I mean, honestly, I like. Do you guys watching? Do you just call your? This will be great too. I'm sure people will agree with Dan. No, Sarah. All we do is text one another. Dan is correct. Fuck you.
We alternate. You call him sometimes.
I do try to call him. I would say it's 50-50. I want to know what you guys do. She says the key to a happy marriage is just phone call or person to person. I love that. That's what she says works. Also, you now can put your favorite person on your sports bra. I got to actually work out to put anyone's face on it. There's a bra company that I do. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I have like 2 sports bras. They're so nasty. I don't think I've bought a new sports bra in literally like 8 years. Like, I don't know what that says, but like that just goes to show you how much I work out.
Where do you work? Well,
do.
where do you like? Do you ever go for hikes, or do you ever like sit down without, or whenever you're home, are you braless?
Absolutely. Are you fucking kidding?
You,
I'm
like,
ready to take my
walk in
bra
the
off right
do-
now.
Take
Like,
it off.
How much though do you think my tits would sag like on the show? They're probably going to be. You're probably going to be able to see them, right?
The only one guy we have in here is one of the audio guys, Rob. I don't think he'll
Yes.
mind.
I know. Seriously. What, you think you can see my nipples? What are you saying? Oh, you're zooming in?
She's
Okay.
doing it a new. Yeah, we're
Okay.
showing the side
Oh.
view so we can see the whole.
Am I
side
taking
view.
you want me to take the whole bra off?
Take the whole bra
Oh
off.
my God, this is so dirty too. This bra is like, don't you? I hope anyone listening has them. Do they ever start out white and then at the end they're just completely gray, no matter how much you wash them, and like the wires like poking out? I know
That is so true.
Isn't it? It's like no matter what you do, the white bras start out that way, but they're like so gross at the end.
And they cost like $100.
They cost like thousands of
So much
dollars.
money.
Your bras like are ridiculous. Anyway, there's a new company. It's called Guess Bookery, a Texas-based retailer specializing in all things personalized. Now you can get your sports bra with a friend, your trainer, anybody you want. Their picture will be on the entire bra. You're probably bringing up the picture so people can see it.
Yeah, we
Guess Bookery started on Etsy. The bra's kind of cute. This person's going custom selfie and face sports bras. I don't know why you'd want that, though. Do you want Iggy on your sports bra, like when you're working out? What's the point of
are.
this?
Fuck no. Leslie's like, I want my face.
I want my face.
Yeah.
And we can actually do them for Hey Frase.
Yeah, we should get Hey
maybe we
Frase
should get
sports bras.
Frase bras. That's
Whoever
good
wants us a
idea.
Hey Frase sports bra, comment on the Facebook, and then we'll have them made. We'll ship them in.
I love that idea. All right, let's get our friend Sharice Jones in here. I want Sharice to come in. She is a local. Look, I'm just going to tuck my breath. Poor Sharice. She comes in the day like it's her hanging out. Happy 4th. So Charisse Jones, as I mentioned, is a DC-based singer. She has an amazing new remix song out. It's called Booed Up. It's a remix from Ella May's song, which you've been hearing. So Charisse is going to tell us a little bit about being in the music industry, and she's also debuting for the first time, I think, her new song. So I'm super excited. She's walking into the studio now. She's gorgeous. Charisse, come on in! Yay! Come sit down, ladies. I'm so good. Hop right on that mic. Perfect. Well, this is you. This is you.
That's me.
This is your
Absolutely.
Booed Up remix.
Yes, it is. Hey.
Oh, I love it.
Hey. Until I find something. Hey. You do, yeah.
Oh my God, so good. I was asking you this. I was saying, how do you, is it expensive to do a remix? Like, that's Ella May's song, Booed
It's
Up,
legitimately her song, whole time.
whole time. And
Yeah.
you have decided to put a go-go twist on it for your remix.
I did. I wanted to give something back to DC. Like, I feel like I need to pay homage to the city that raised me, Yeah, I just feel like it's time to give back, And I feel like we have to put go-go on the map more so than just being here. You know what I'm saying?
So tell me this.
Yeah.
I had never heard of go-go. I've lived here like 12 years now, and I never really heard of go-go until I moved to DC, right?
Yeah.
What is it? Because we have listeners that listen from everywhere that may have lived here for a brief period of time.
Yeah.
But what is the essence of go-go?
I just feel like go-go is just simply a rhythm, like a rhythm that you can feel in your chest. Like, it just automatically, you just feel it immediately. When you hear it, you just got to move. It makes you move. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't listen to go-go and just be like, yeah, that's interesting. Like, many of people, right, used to have go-go's like at Capitol Center. Like, that used to be the spot people would go to hear Rare Essence and Chuck Brown and all the people that legitimately know what they're doing, right? And everybody, you can see them like going like this. It's like a fake tambourine or a cowbell. Like, you just have like that was before they had like the air guitar. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just makes you feel like you got some kind of symbol. Like, you just can't listen to it and just be like, okay, that's nice. It's not classical music, but it has so many points of origination, like jazz. It has soul. It has R&B. It has funk. It's just a conglomeration of just awesomeness, basically.
But you were telling me that it's never really caught on in other cities across the country. So
No.
why is that?
I just think because it's like bounce music in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? When I lived in New Orleans in 2004, coming from D.C., I was like, what is this music? I don't know what this is. But it's the culture of and the essence of the music that makes it really what it is. And like, some people just can't get it. Like, from people from LA, they be like, what is this? They don't really understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't understand the rhythm. And there's plenty of people who try to recreate go-go, but it's like, you really got to know the pocket. Like, you got to study that. That's just what it is.
But you feel like this is a turning point. And by the way, so Charisse, your song is on WPGC right now in rotation.
Yes,
That's
it is.
amazing.
Thank you so much. Shout out to DJ Reds for that. Can I tell you the story behind that?
Yes,
please,
of
Sarah?
course, please.
Okay, so legitimately, this is the power of social media. I normally don't care for social media, but this time social media came through in the clutch. Basically, like, I was watching, I got an alert saying that DJ Reds was going live. And I saw it and I said, okay, let me just go and see what he's doing. Because, I had already emailed him the song, right? But it was a blind email nonetheless. And he was saying, I'm in a loving mood tonight. I said, well, come on, love. Let me find out. Maybe you can get booed up too. You know what I'm saying? And so basically he was DJing at Blazing 267 in Philadelphia. And I had continuously said, play Boot Up Remix, play Boot Up Remix. And so he was like, okay, well, just send it to me. This is my email address. He said his email address out, but I already knew it. So I sent it to him because his attention was on it at that time. And he was playing the remix. I think it was Plies that he was playing at first. And I was like, no, that's not it. I want you to play the Charisse Jones version, speaking in third person while I'm over IG Live. And basically he started playing Ella May's original version. And he heard the song because he downloaded the song. And I remember him like listening. He's like really talented because I can't really multitask in that capacity.
Yeah, right.
So as the song is spinning, Ella May's song is spinning, he hears my version and he's like, hold up. He scratches Ella May's off And he's like, yo, this is what's good. This is Sharice Jones right here. And I was like, wow, first of all, you actually said my name correct. Because most times I get like
I know,
Carissa, Cherish.
We were just
Karis.
saying that. I know we were killing your name earlier.
It's all good. It doesn't matter because I'm here and I'm just grateful to be here. Hey, Frase, how you doing? Okay. Yeah, so I'm just glad that I'm in the building. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that
But
matters.
it helps when people get your name right. I totally get it.
It definitely does, but that's not going to stop the blessing that comes from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just am just grateful the fact that he legitimately heard the song, played it immediately at that point.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Sharice,
and then
that really is.
I was so astonished by it. And then I got a special little message from a birdie. That birdie was him. And it said, turn on 95.5 at 5:30 the next day. Like Wednesday.
I don't even think you realize how big that is. Because, I worked in radio for years. And I always, at the end, I would just start telling people this. But people would email us all the time. Can you play my song?
Okay.
And at first, I'd say to people, yeah, I'll pass it on. And I legitimately would. Knowing, though, that the program director, they were never going to play.
Okay.
Ever, ever, ever.
All right.
Now, I think, again, that was, look, I was on 107.3. I think they were starting to play some songs again on 107.3, maybe of new artists. But before that on 99.5, like, we would never do that. I was like, look, they've got a really set rotation. They're towards the end, I just said, you know what? You're better off to release this on SoundCloud. But I do think radio is getting back to, I think, is a way to connect with a younger audience. They are giving airplay.
They are. I think, but I think the honest truth that I feel as though that the MVP of independent artistry right now is Chance the Rapper. And I think as a result of what he kind of established and the things that he went through and overcame, and to try to prove points that, listen, I don't need a record label right now to make it such that you need to hear good music, because people legitimately believe that sometimes when you are signed that your music is not as great, right? It just, you have A&R reps that know how to push it. They are the PR, right?
Sure.
And so for me, I'm the booking agent. I'm the person trying to talk as a manager. I'm the person who's trying to talk as a PR person, trying to do everything. Like, this whole movement of Boot Up Remix was a very much so grassroots situation. Like, I literally was researching DJs, looking at their Instagram, contacting them through DMs, finding their email addresses, emailing them, asking them to listen to the song, not asking them to do something for me, but asking them to listen to the song. And then once they came back and said, hey, yo, I actually like this song, then that's when I said, hey, would you mind including it into your spin, like into your mix? And that's legitimately how things were. I pressed up CDs, went to places like Downtown Locker Room. I went to different places and just gave out stuff for free, because I was like, if people want to be able to listen to this, then it's imperative that I give it to them in such a way that it's welcoming.
Wow.
Right? Because the idea behind it is people are not really going to pay for your music if they don't know you. And if I wasn't gigging like that, like I had highlight gigs,
Sure.
I was on Great Day Washington. I was on Good Day Washington. I did extremely well there. I've sold out Blues Alley. I was at BB&J. I did extremely well there. But it was spot situations, right? And I remember emailing booking agents like, hey, would you guys, work with me? Did response no, or I would get the candid political response such as, yeah, sure, I'll look into it. And I wasn't getting any kind of traction. And so I said, you know what, I just got to change it up. This is a different time for me. I'm 32 at this point. I just want you to hear good music. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what I did. And so I guess I just had like a hustler kind of experience with it. But I definitely have to give all credit, most certainly, to DJ Reds, because if it wasn't for him being willing and following through, this would have probably never happened in the way that it has.
And you're not only getting play here, Sirius XM, which is, of course, nationwide, but you're also on in Philadelphia?
Philadelphia, Miami, Oklahoma, Houston, Dallas, Eastern Shore,
That's
Delaware.
Amazing.
Yeah, like the list goes on. And like people are more so tagging me and letting me know like, yo, I just heard your song. And so in all true honesty, people are getting it confused. Like, I am remixing, like, licenses have been, paid for.
Yes.
Ella Mae's song. That is Old Girl's song. She did an amazing job with that. Blessings to her and all of her success.
Have you heard from her, by the way? Has she heard the remix?
I don't think she has. Like, I legitimately think we need to create a campaign.
Oh, it's
by
starting
which
today.
She can hear. I would be like, oh my God, hey Ella, what's going on with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, whole time, I would love to do a song with you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you.
Yes, she needs to at least hear it because it's so
Yeah.
good. I mean,
Oh, well,
I gotta,
thank you.
I got to tell you, when I heard it, I was just like, I was so blown away because
Really?
it sounds like the original. It sounds so much like the original. Like,
Really?
your vocals are so
Oh.
good.
Wow, you're sizing me right now. Okay, well, thank
No,
you very much, Sarah. I appreciate that.
No, I mean, and two, I mean, I think, look, the thing about you, and I know very little about music or the music industry except for
Indeed.
what I
Okay.
like, but when you emailed me, and actually Easy Street, who
Okay.
works in radio, who's been on the show,
Yeah.
I'd asked him, I said, I really do want to start having, because the music scene in DC is interesting to me.
Yes.
They've produced Wale, Raheem
Yeah.
Devon, Genuine lives here. There's
Clearly.
some really
Maya, everybody lives here.
Yeah, and then of course if you go back, Marvin Gaye came from,
Clearly.
a lot of,
Yeah.
but it's also a funny scene in the sense of like, it's hard to like get your hands around it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
well, where is the epicenter? Where is, who's
Yeah.
really leading it? There's like, so I was saying to Easy Street, and he's like, oh, you've got to hear Sharice Jones. Like, this woman is going to blow up.
What? Shout out to Easy Street
Yeah.
for that love. Like, come
He
through.
did, and he played me the song. I was like, "Oh my god, I love it."
Oh,
there is
wow.
something really magnetic about you and your voice.
Oh, I appreciate that. I mean, listen, to be honest, I couldn't have gotten here without a team of people who are amazing. Like, so my music producer, my music director, Deanna Hawkins, she was like the music director for Music Soul Child for a good, she was on tour with him for like 3 years. And she's like my best friend. So like, I literally, as I was telling you offline, like I was driving to Hampton to hear, it was Mother's Day actually. And I kept hearing Boot Up over and over time. And every time I thought my car was going to cut off, Boot Up came on. So I was like, is God trying to tell me something? I need to be boot up, or I need to find me a new car. Like, I don't know what it is, but I felt the need to like relay this information to Deanna. And I said, listen, can we do this song like in a pocket feel? Like, I understand Go-Go has a trilogy. Like there's extreme history behind it, but can we honor the Go-Go experience with this song? And she took it from there and made it happen. And I have to give a shout out to Face at Phase Recording, because he's the person who mixed and mastered the song to make it sound like how it sounds. Because, when you record something, all do all the editing, right?
Yeah.
You record something, it sounds decent. But then you need somebody who really is a magician that knows how to make the levels sound good and all that kind of stuff. And that team there is legitimately everything to me.
So I want to talk a couple more questions for you because
Sure.
What is the goal? Is the goal to be a full-time singer? What?
My goal is to make an impact. And if I can do that in a full-time dynamic, then I will gladly accept it. I think that I just had the opportunity to speak at Prince George's County Community College for the Women's Summit, 2018 Women's Summit. And it was talking about tips for dreaming big. And I conveyed like my experience as how I started, having umbilical cord wrapped around my neck and wasn't able to sing, wasn't able to talk. And I was going to need a speech pathologist, and I was in the NICU, and then to how things kind of matriculated. And now I'm flourishing into my own person. And I think it's imperative that we have opportunities to allow people to get away from what they expect and what people assume they have to do, right? Because you too went through that whole corporate America experience, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's dreadful at times. Like you feel like that's what I have to do. Okay, so I got my degree, I got a master's in public health, I did everything there. But it was really my time when I went to New Orleans and graduated from.
I love New Orleans.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh my God. Talk about like a creative, like amazing vibe, and that whole city and the history and
Absolutely.
everything.
And I think that's where I learned. I mean, my grandmother is kind of the edifice of how I kind of know how to walk in grace and kind of be humble and be down to earth. But when I went to New Orleans, that's where I learned to kind of be who I am, like walk into who I am and be accepted as that. And from there, like Hurricane Katrina happened, I was devastated by that. And I was just like, oh, well, I don't really know what I'm going to do now. Transferred to Drexel, continued to matriculate through what I was psychology and everything. I thought I was going to be a pediatric psychiatrist.
Oh, wow.
And I realized, when you deal with children, you have to deal with their crazy parents, you know what I'm saying? And so that ain't going to help me, you know what I'm saying? That's not therapeutic for me. So I realized, like, let me just go into public health and figure out how can we make community relations better and think about that. And so I was doing all these things, and I had the opportunity of Raheem Devon came to Drexel, the first R&B artist at Drexel in 2008. He did a college tour.
Wow.
And that was my first time officially meeting him there. And I was blown away, like influenced, like, wow, this man he's on tour by himself. He said, I'm going to tour colleges, which was ingenious because at the time, that's right when, Pandora was on and popping. Like Spotify wasn't even existed at that point. And he just was like, let me just be here. It was just like interesting. And so I fell in love with that. And I was singing all out loud, and my heart, with him singing, just thinking I could be up there with him or something like that.
Yes.
And some other people heard me singing, and they were like, yo, you should come to this spot. And it was called Philly Live Pod. And I was like, okay, cool. And I sung. It was okay. It wasn't amazing, right? But, you got to learn how to get better.
You got to work the kinks out, and it's all about...
Yeah, but Jaguar Wright, who is a big-time Philadelphia artist, was there, and she kind of gave her, like, applause. And I was like, wow. And then I had met my producer of the CD, Introducing Miss Jones, Jeremy Boyd. And so we started recording in the basement of his mama's house, right? And so the idea behind that is like never despise small beginnings, because Jeremy just got a Grammy for working on Ty Tripper's album.
Wow.
And it's kind of like, started from the bottom, now we here kind of experience. And I just humbly was just there working on stuff. But how that album came out was basically me being sick and tired of being at a place that I was working like a plus of 10, 12 hours a day for someone else and not get anything out of it.
Sure.
I was the youngest director of development for a federally qualified health center. And it sounded really good, but I was struggling inside because at that time my grandmother had just passed, who was my rock, and I was just miserable. I was confused.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing?
Spot. Yeah.
Like, and I think a lot of artists go through that. Like, they feel like they have to follow that mold of school and find career, and then somehow have, singing or whatever they're doing. Well, if it's being a chef or being a baker or being an author, like put that kind of subsequently like in between that. And they never give them that love.
We're going to play Heartstrong, which is the newest song, right? So
yes,
I want to.
You're the first. Now you're breaking records, Sarah.
I am. We're breaking this.
You're breaking Heartstrong right now.
Therese Jones.
Snap.
Okay, let's listen. Let's take a listen.
Cool.
Somebody's knocking at the door. Nobody's home. Looking through the peephole, but love don't live here anymore. Said I'll never do it again. We just gon' be friends, yeah. Then I let you back in, and that's where it all began. I gave you my heart, I gave you my time.
Oh, I love.
Promise to me turned out to be all your lies, and then my heart stopped, and the walls blocked it, and it skipped a beat.
You kind of have an escape sound. I feel like I hear that.
Sharice, for real, it's just me and you. You know that.
You said this time things would change, but they still just stay the same. It's you, it's me, who's to blame?
Yeah.
Now, is this your original song?
It's my original song.
Wow.
Sarah, like my
You
original
wrote this
song.
whole thing.
I had help to
Okay.
write.
Okay.
Nicole Jones Addison helped me with that.
Oh, this is so good. Hey, I was asking, we're gonna keep playing Heartstrong, and where can people, by the way, find you?
Oh, they
Where
can
can they-
legitimately find me at Sharice Reese, like on social media.
Okay.
So people that are, a term of endearment is Reese. When they talk to me, they know me. They like, Reese, what's up? And I felt like to make it paired. So
Sure.
Sharice Reese, CHARIS REESE. And then they can just find me on ShariceJones.com. And, also they can find me on IAG Radio Show, which is also something I'm very passionate about.
Oh.
Stop looking, start booking, you know what I'm saying?
I know, yeah. So Sharice is wearing a T-shirt in here, and it's just "Stop looking, start booking," which is your own branding campaign,
Yes,
right?
it is.
For people
Absolutely.
to stop kind of sampling your music and book you, be on their show.
Not just that, but just stop watching me on social media and actually give me a gig. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I legitimately am good enough that, I've sold out places. So it's like, come on, booking agents, come on, other people. Give me a chance, you know what I'm saying? And I think this is applicable to all artists. Like, many people are pushing this social media thing, and we talked about social media. And
Tell me your thoughts, by the way, on that as a music artist. I see it all the time, and it drives me nuts. In other, whether it's other media personalities, but so many people now are buying their followers.
They are buying followers because they feel like they have to, right? Because promoters or directors of venues, right? they expect you to put butts in seats. And they assume that there's a correlation between how many followers you have, which doesn't really mean how many supporters you have, right?
It's all about actual engagement. I always tell people this, like, you know, whether it's a comedy club and they're like, oh, you know, how many social media followers do you have? And it's like, okay, if someone has 150,000 social media followers, but they're consistently only getting 1,000 or 800 likes, that's not
bought.
real.
That's bought.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Whole time. You know, you get them little special little emails that hey, at Hey Frase, I think you're doing an amazing job. But, you know, I think this is how you can increase your viewership. And that's just basically what it is. And I had always said to myself that I organically wanted to grow my supporters. Like, I want people to support me because I feel like that's much longer and that's deeper than just followers. But I mean, people ask me all the time, like, yo, why is your Instagram not popping? I don't know. It's gonna be popping now because I've been on Hey Frase. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Whole time.
Tell everybody again where they can follow you.
They can follow me at Charisse Reese, CharisReese, and then
we'll put it up too on our Instagram.
Y'all so
Hey
fancy. Come through with the bomb podcast and everybody, Andrea, everybody's in the back doing it. All these women are amazing. Like, if you don't know about this, y'all, like, I have a podcast. It ain't nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be on y'all level one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me be a little intern. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, anytime, and I really want to get more involved in the music industry because, like I said, when I was in radio, I just felt like there was, you know, I felt for so many people who were emailing us, and I wanted a space, but at the time they were not going to play it. You know, so it's like now we can.
I think I think we're going back to DJs, right?
Yeah.
Because back in the day, you would have this is where the listening party came from.
Yes.
It was a conglomeration of DJs that would come listen to your music, and as a result, they would put your stamp on it. So pretty much the person who put the stamp on my song was DJ Reds, right?
Yes.
And as a result of DJ Reds, DJ Flex, DJ Richie Rich definitely did it. Even my DJ Treb, like, they all kind of put the stamp out there for me, and it's kind of, that's how it's predicated. And then it just starts, it's kind of like wildflower. And then, like, I said wildflower.
I love it. This is great.
Wildfire.
I want to go back to this too, because back in the day it used to be pay to play, and then you had to pay all these DJs to play your music, and they just like would show up with like a bag of cash. I'm totally down for this. It's DJ Hey Frase. You're the first one. You're getting the free deal.
Okay, I appreciate that because, you know, assistant need a
word.
hookup. You know what I'm saying? Whole time.
Spread the word. For $500, I'll play your single. No
snap.
problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the pole to get that. But yeah, I'm gonna be in here dancing real hard.
$1,500. You could be on my Instagram via video. Absolutely.
I mean, but you know, crazily, that is what happens. Like, a lot of sponsors kind of reach out to the verified blue check audience to ask them to kind of, you know, stamp their product. I mean, like, listen, think about Fashion Nova. Like, how many people
I know
have heard about Fashion Nova? Not
a soul until now you see it all over Shade Room, and now like every celebrity, you know, or even every D-list celebrity is like Fashion Nova. You're like, okay, Black China.
But you know, Black Box, you know what I'm saying? I'm okay with trying to get some rosé wine, you know what I'm saying?
Here it is.
I'm okay with, you know, getting some flowers arrangements. You know, I don't despise small beginnings because I know where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? And it's all about branding yourself and finding your own lane. And, you know, I look up to you, you know, because you chose to take a step of faith and do your own thing, where even though you might not have figured out all of that, but
thank you.
You kind of got yourself with some dope people who got your back, and that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just know that you're going to be bomb. Like, I'm just glad that I'm even associated with you. Like, this is an honor to be here. You know, like, you're hyping me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just so grateful for that, and the fact that you're so sweet and so welcoming. That's the genuine kind of stuff that we need here more in DMV. Like,
I know that's what you were saying. The music scene here is very hard. I think it's all of media here too. I don't know. Maybe it is in other cities. I don't know, but. But there is a sense of, I don't want to help you because I don't want you to get ahead. And you were saying that's kind of the music scene here.
It's kind of like, I don't think everybody's like that. So thank God I've met some people who are really amazing.
Sure.
But the overall theme of things is that it's like a fake support. You know what I'm saying? Like, people used to be like, they'll use this word little. You got a little podcast. You got a little gig, you know, it's just like little shade. And it's like,
yes.
If you wonder if you got a gig coming up, I'm like, yes, I gig every morning when I take a shower to myself. Like, I'm singing out loud to myself because when the opportunity comes, I have to be ready. So regardless if you think I'm popping or not, there will be somebody who legitimately thinks. And I know for a fact that I saw this on Instagram and people like, do you really like your own post? Absolutely. I posted it, so why wouldn't I like it? You know, I got to support myself. know.
too. Good for you.
Absolutely, because you know what's interesting? That algorithm
Yes.
allows more people to actually notice your post once you actually like your post. So,
Yes.
you know, I used to be like, oh man, I only got 5 likes. But I thought I was killing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew I was doing it. 5 likes. Dang, ain't that something? And then you start thinking about maybe I'm not good enough. And it's like, no,
Yes.
I'm good enough, but the right people just don't see it yet. And I'm just going to keep on pushing until the right people see it.
Well, and you know, look, the women on this show have great faith, and I love that. And they're like, they're applauding you.
We're
They're
back.
like,
We're back here like yes.
Oh,
girl,
yes, thank you.
Oh my God. Yes.
They're
but
so
I always
sweet.
think
Yeah.
too, you know, God gives you a test. You know, if it were
Yeah.
easy, everyone would be famous.
It's
if,
not easy
if
at
it
all.
were easy, everyone would be rich.
Yeah.
You know, and I do think God. You know, it tests you, and it's like, and
think so.
you've, like you were saying, and I think this too, like, people sometimes are like, you've been at this a really long time, like, what are you, you know, what's your end goal? And I'm like, well, I want to have my own fucking show, my own talk
Clearly.
show. I
How
have
about
it.
that?
Yeah. And I'm like, but you know, God, you've got to learn the lessons. Like, if you want the gift and you
Yeah.
want to keep it,
Wow.
you have got to learn a lot of lessons, because it's really hard
It is
at
hard.
the top, and it's hard to be the front woman. One of my favorite movies is or documentaries is 20 Feet from Stardom, which is all about all the backup women for Springsteen, a lot of these guys, and it's going to the front of the stage and what that takes. And it's a lot.
It's a lot. Like, I legitimately have said, and I realize it now, that when I wanted it like bad, I don't think that I would have been ready to handle it. And even now it's a very different, it's kind of like, you know, before people were like sleeping on you. I mean, they probably knew I could sing, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, now it's like, oh, you can sing. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like different. It's a very unique, humbling experience, because it's like people that you would never think are talking about me. And it's like, what? You think that? That's so amazing. I'm just so honored that you feel that way. But it's kind of like those growing pains. I had to.
Absolutely.
Like, I can talk about last year. You're My Baby, which is on Introduce Miss Jones, was played on Sirius XM Heart and Soul. And it was recorded. I got it recorded on Father's Day. My father and I were in the car. It was the whole, like, it was very picturesque, like very ideal. And it went nowhere, because at the time I had no PR person to help me. I didn't really know how to like keep it pushing or what have you. But now it was like, oh no, we're not about to have that again. You know what I'm saying? I've learned from that experience, and I'm going to capitalize on this as best as I can. And really, I'd say this Boot Up remix is really our song, because it's
so
the
good.
people who made this is they just through sharing. You know what I'm saying? That's how the song has been made. I guess like popular or something like that. Yeah.
Well, you are doing a terrific job.
Oh, wow.
Sharice
Thank you.
Jones, where can people download the song Boot Up the remix?
Yeah, they can. It's on Apple Music. It's on iTunes. It's on Spotify. It's on Reverb Nation. I just got an email that I was charting number 10, like in the top 10 on Reverb Nation. Like, what? I don't even understand that. Like, oh, yes, come through with the clap. Yes. I didn't even know that.
Yes. Well, I want to play it one more time for everyone.
Oh, yay.
Sharice Jones is on the show. She is so good. She's on my Instagram at Hey Frase. Be sure to follow her. You were terrific. Thank you for being on
Thank
this
you
show.
for having me. It's been a pleasure and an honor.
Things are happening for all of us, and I
thank
can't
you.
wait to see you at the next level. So it's going to be
You're
so
going to be
good.
right there.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to be on your talk show.
Please. I was going to say, we're going to be doing this on Bravo real soon,
Yes,
late
come
night.
through, Bravo. Watch out.
You guys, thank you so much. Be sure to follow us. And as I said, you can get all of Sharice's info too at Hey Frase. We need you to do a remix of this with Teddy Beats.
All right, Bet. We got it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Happy 4th of July.
Hey.
Broadcast by